and welcome to Painted Grace Home. I'm so excited that you're here to join me for my very first video. I'm Tara, and today I'm going to be decorating my Christmas tree. I'm going to be decorating in the traditional warm style that I love. It's my very favorite. I'm going to be using a lot of rich textures and traditional ornaments along with some really meaningful items as well. So if you love traditional, warm, meaningful holiday decor, you're in the right place. So let's get started. First things first, we have to fluff the tree, of course. This is definitely my least favorite part, but it is so necessary for the tree to look full and beautiful. Here are a few of the items that I purchased this year. We only buy a few things each year to add to our Christmas decor, but I got a few really beautiful things this year. Everything came from Hobby Lobby, Home Goods, and Walmart.
Something you're hiding.
I love this combination. It's the kind of traditional plaid. I got this at Hobby Lobby this year. I got all these at Hobby Lobby actually, and then the plain red and the plain green just to tone down that plaid a little bit. The green in this plaid, that limeish green, is not my very favorite, but it was the only plaid I could find at Hobby Lobby this year. I think they had already sold out of all the best ones, but I thought, you know what, this is still really cute and I'm gonna make it work.
Okay, I got this ribbon on, just one little piece as y'all saw. After it's on, I'm not loving this plaid. I think it's just a little bit too whimsical for the look that I'm going for. I really thought that I would be able to make it work, but I think that lime green, like I said, is just a little too whimsical for the other things that I bought this year. So I think I'm gonna take the plaid off and see if I can do just a little bit of this velvety green and maybe some red throughout. I may just end up doing bows, but we'll just kind of see. I'm gonna play with it for a little bit.
Time to add in my extra greenery and berries and stems. I wish I had more. This tree definitely calls for many more stems than I have, but like I said, we just buy a little bit each year. So next year I'll definitely add to the amount of stems and berries and picks that I have to add to the tree. I love to add the picks and the extra greenery in order to just add that texture, color, and just more fullness to the tree. I had an interesting idea for my topper this year. I think I saw this done at Dallas Market one time, but it came back to me and I just had to try it. I had this candelabra that I had purchased at Goodwill several years ago, just sitting in storage, and so I pulled that out. I wanted to give my tree a topper that was unique and just kind of old world Victorian looking. To me, this is going to just set it over the top. I cannot wait for y'all to see how it turned out. Tell me what you think. Would you do a candelabra in the top of your tree? I'm finally to the point where I'm going to start putting ornaments on the tree. I've got all of the greenery added, all of the picks added. I wish I had more. Ideally, I would have a lot more greenery to add to my tree just to fluff it up and add more and more texture, but I didn't want to buy too much. We're the type of family, we buy a little bit each year. We don't do big hauls, and so I bought just a few picks, and I'll add to it even more next year for sure, because the tree definitely could use some more greenery. I can't get enough of it. But I'm finally to the point where I'm gonna start putting ornaments on. But I wanted to show y'all my favorite ornament. This is the most special ornament that I own. I bought it 3 or 4 years ago at a really beautiful home decor shop in Louisiana, and I cannot remember the name of the shop. I really wish that I could, because I would love to share it, but I can't remember. It's been a little while, but I did want to show y'all the beautiful ornament that I got there. As you can see, it's just a little ceramic nativity in this beautifully shaped vessel with a star on top and everything, and it's just stunning. I love it. It is my favorite. This ornament always goes front and center on the tree because this is the true meaning of Christmas. This is what we are celebrating, the birth of our Savior Christ, and I want to be reminded of that every single time I look at our Christmas tree. That's why we do the Christmas tree, is in celebration of Him and all that He's done for us, bringing salvation to the world for us. And so this ornament is going to go front and center. Try something a little bit different with some of my ornaments than I've done before. I've seen people kind of clustering their ornaments together, putting 3 or 4, well, really about 3 ornament balls together, wiring them together and kind of making clusters all over the tree. I have seen some really beautiful just trees done that way this year on Instagram and YouTube, and so I wanted to give it a try this year. I'm gonna try it out, and if it works, I'll be sure to show ya.
Okay, what do we think, y'all? I think it's really pretty. I mean, it'll be hard to tell until the whole tree is done, but I'm loving the way that looks so far.
Another favorite ornament of mine, 2 little lovebirds for me and my husband. I found this actually probably about 5 or 6 years ago at a gas station, believe it or not. It was one of those big fancy ones. It wasn't Buc-ee's, it was something else. I don't remember, but I just had to have this to represent me and my one true love. One of my favorite ornament sets that I bought this year is just this bling glam Mercury glass Christmas ball. I just think that these are stunning. I wish I had more. I was only able to get 4 of them, but these are definitely making it on my tree this year.
I just remembered I have a bunch of these strands of wooden beads, and I think I'm going to add them to the tree too.
Here is the final result. The tree is trimmed and ready for the Christmas season. I hope that my family enjoys our Christmas tree this year, and I hope your family enjoys yours as well. What do you think of the final result? Let me know in the comments.